The little bows, ugh, I just love them. Hey subscribers! This is mine and Penelope's 2-week postpartum update and her 2-week newborn update. She is so precious, you guys. Oh my gosh. We've just been so wrapped up in her these last 2 weeks, getting to know her and loving on her. I just love the baby stage. I know a lot of people it's hard on and stressful, and it is, it's stressful, but I just love it. I mean, they are not this little for long, and I just love it so much. Just sleeps and eats and cuddles. It doesn't talk back yet. So before we get into this video, I also wanted to give a shout out to one of our subscribers. She goes by the name of Sweetest Heart. She commented on our birth vlog. By the way, thank you everybody who showed us love on our birth vlog. I was so happy to get that out and share that intimate moment with you guys. Such an amazing video. I love the way it turned out. She had asked me a couple of questions about my labor and delivery and gave a suggestion to make a labor and delivery Q&A. I thought that was a great idea. So if you guys have any other questions, I just want to say this at the beginning of the video, drop the questions below and I will answer them in our labor and delivery Q&A of Penelope. And if you haven't seen the birth vlog yet, go check it out. It is super sweet, super amazing. So I wrote down some key points over the last 2 weeks that has happened, and I'll go ahead and go over Penelope's newborn update first. You guys want to see her a little bit closer? She's so precious. I just cannot get enough of her. She has been a really easy baby so far. We are super blessed. She sleeps about 2-3 hour intervals at night, which is really nice. So we wake up about twice at night. Breastfeeding's going really well. I have had to use a nipple shield for her though, because her mouth is just so small. She has a harder time latching, but she does great with the nipple shield. We did struggle on day 3 with her because we didn't figure out the nipple shield problem before. So we did struggle on night 3, which ironically happened to be the day before her first pediatrician appointment. So when they weighed her, she had dropped down to 5'12". She was 6 pounds 3 ounces when she was born, which is still okay. The nurse said it was 7%. They just don't want them going below 10%. But it was after a really rough night of figuring out breastfeeding. That was probably our only night of breastfeeding challenges. And then we got the nipple shield figured out, and we have a great system going where I nurse her on one side and pump. I use a little hand pump on the other. I have those little hakas too that just like stick on you, but I really like to use the hand pump because it goes a lot faster. So that way I can just get that done and the other side pumped out. It also helps her get the food faster on the other side too. And then I just store whatever I pump. She's eating really good. And at our 10-day checkup, she was 1 ounce away from her birth weight. So she was 6 pounds 2 ounces. Which is perfect. My midwife said that she likes to see them up at 2 weeks back to their birth weight. And that was at 10 days. So it's been 4 more days since then, and she eats like a champ. She even feels a little bit heavier. So I have no doubt she's probably past her birth weight. I would guess her to be probably 6 pounds 5 ounces. She is a little bit jaundiced, but it's funny because you can tell she is darker skinned. And I was thinking it was just the jaundice, but my midwife was telling me that she looks more red than yellow. We think that she is gonna have Drew's darker skin tone, which is gonna be so beautiful. Oh my gosh. So Drew has a little bit of Filipino in him. He's actually mostly German, and a lot of people mistake him for being Hispanic. I want to say he has like an 1/8 maybe. I don't know, maybe less, but it's not much. But he just so happened to get the darker skin out of all his siblings, and we think Miss P might have his dark complexion, which is gorgeous. I love it, obviously. We'll see if that stays. For her jaundice, I am taking vitamin D, which I already was taking before too. So I take vitamin D, so she gets that in my breast milk, and then she also is on vitamin D drops herself. Jacob has been the only one of our kids actually to not be jaundiced. So Jackson, Braylon, and Benny all were jaundiced, and we just did the same thing. We gave them vitamin D, I took vitamin D, and then you also hold them in the sunlight, in the window light, and that helps as well. So that's what we've been doing. My mom and Nana left the day after she was born. My cousin stayed like about a week to help out. We've been on our own now for about a week with no extra help from family, and we've been doing really well. I almost feel like after everybody left was when we kind of settled into a routine. I don't know, it just seemed easier. Although the help was so great, and oh my gosh, I could not be more grateful for my family and them cooking and helping out with cleaning and helping out with the boys. I don't know, we just kind of fall into our routine better. That's been really good. It's been nice to kind of just bond as a family. As far as her brothers and their reaction to her, Jacob, of course, our oldest, he's 8. We already knew he was gonna be smitten, and it's so sweet. Every time he gets off the bus, he's gotta come find where she is, give her kisses and hold her, and he's telling everybody at school about her and the bus drivers. It's just so sweet. Braylon has probably been the one to acknowledge her the least out of everybody, but that's just kind of how he is. Braylon is just kind of in his own world. And if you don't follow our channel, both Jacob and Braylon are on the spectrum for autism. Although Jacob is very high functioning, Braylon's a little bit more on the spectrum. So he just kind of has a hard time getting out of his little zone that he gets in. He has had some sweet moments with her though. He's come over to her and he's held her. He says hi to her. That's definitely a bond that's forming slower. And then it's funny because Jackson, we were a little bit worried about. He's our 2-year-old and he is very like rough and tumble. So we were a little bit worried about him being too rough with her. He kind of beats up on Benny, who is our 1.5-year-old. He's actually doing so good with her. Like, he has been protecting her from Benny, which I'll get into in just a minute. He's been protecting her. He's been looking out for her. He is very interested in the whole breastfeeding stuff, calls it Sissy's milk. It's just being very nurturing, and I think it might be because he looks up to Jacob a lot, and Jacob obviously is just in love with her and setting a great example, which I appreciate so much. Jackson has done really well with her. And then Benny, who is normally very sweet, very gentle, very loving, has all of a sudden been going through a phase of hitting and just extreme jealousy with her. And I feel like this started almost a couple days before her birth. He started to kind of get a different attitude that we had never seen before. So that was very interesting. You know, I do believe that young kids can pick up on things, and I think that maybe just the sense of that there is change coming was just harder for him. But it's just crazy because we didn't expect it from him. We were expecting it from Jackson. The last couple of days though, Benny has started to warm up a little bit more. It's really cute. He calls her Sissy. He will go over to the swing or go over to her rock and play, or places that he knows that she hangs out in, and he'll point and say, Sissy, Sissy, like if she's not in there. And Drew and I can't decide whether or not he's trying to tell us to like put her down in there or if he's just wondering where she's at, but it's super cute. He has had a couple sweet moments as well with her. The first week was definitely hard. Drew had a hard time holding her or being with her because Benny was just so adamant about him being with daddy. He's very much a daddy's boy. I think that was really hard to see a little baby with daddy. I try to let Drew hold her as much as I can when Benny is napping or when he's asleep. He needs time with his girl too. So that's kind of the update with how the boys have done with her. Her cord fell off at about 5 days old. We have her hearing test on Monday, so tomorrow we have her hearing test. I think she might be struggling with acid reflux too, because she does do like this little gagging thing, and it looks like the feeling that you get when you have acid reflux. So I'm gonna bring that up to the doctor tomorrow and see if there's anything that we should be doing for that. Another crazy thing that's been a new experience, we had to go out and buy preemie clothes. My mom and my cousin had to go out and buy preemie outfits, which my boys were always bigger. We've never had to have any of our kids in preemie sizes. She is fitting into newborn again now, especially if I wash the newborn outfits, then they fit her like perfectly. But we did have to go get some preemie outfits. They're a little bit short on the sleeves because she has really long arms. She has long arms, really long fingers, and long toes and feet, which is so cute. I have been loving putting her in bows. This is like a little sleeper dress that she's wearing right now. Oh, Penelope, Tootie girl. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but she is super gassy. My cousin actually nicknamed her Tootie. Oh, you don't like that, huh? Sorry. She toots so much, just like her dad. Oh, now she's smiling. Does that feel good? I have just been loving just dressing her up. The boys really like dressing her up or helping me pick out her outfits too. It's really cute. The little bows, ugh. I just love them. And Daddy has a rule now, no bows at bedtime. Whenever she's sleeping, they fall down in her face. No bows at bedtime, but Mommy's rule is bows all the time other than bedtime. Yeah, I think that's basically it for her newborn update. As for me, for postpartum, things have been going really good so far. I think the major thing that I have noticed this time is I am more emotional, and I feel like the boys are more emotional and Drew has definitely been more emotional too. The hormones just kind of feel a little bit different this time. I don't know if it has something to do with having a girl, or I'm not sure. Things that normally I would handle good and not stress out about, I feel kind of panicky or like anxiety or something. I don't think it's baby blues because I'm not like sad or anything. I'm just aware of the hormones and can feel them more. But I know that is definitely part of postpartum and getting your body to level out again. Drew's been more on the emotional side too. He took Braylon for his birthday to see the Lego movie, and I guess he said it was like about a brother and a sister, and I guess the storyline was really sad, and Drew said he started to get emotional in the movie. So I think that's like the biggest thing postpartum that I have felt this time around is the hormones trying to level themselves out. I'm super hungry. I'm healing really well though, actually. My body is going back super fast this time. I'll show you guys my belly in just a minute. I usually wear a postpartum tummy wrap, and I'll link the one that I use below. I have used it the past 4 times. The only time I didn't have it was with Jacob, and I feel like as a first-time mom, that was the one thing I wish I would have known, is after you give birth, your stomach is such a jumbled up mess, and it hurts so bad to walk around and have your stomach going from side to side with everything loose and trying to find its way back in there. The postpartum belt helps a lot. I love it, and I actually only had to wear it for 3 days this time, which I usually wear it for a couple weeks, but my stomach is going back really fast, which is great. It's nice to kind of wear some pants again and sleep on my stomach. Oh my gosh, so amazing. That's like the best feeling after you give birth, to be able to sleep on your stomach again. I've been super duper hungry. That's just because breastfeeding is going really well. I'm not craving ice anymore. It's the most surreal thing. Like, as soon as I gave birth to her, I did not want ice. It hurt my teeth, and I don't know how I ate it like my whole pregnancy. It's so weird. I know there was some people who were worried that I was anemic or iron deficient, because that's kind of what craving ice can mean. It's a form of pica. But I've already done my research on it. My midwife already checked my levels and everything, and I was good to go during my pregnancies. It was just a weird craving I was having, but I do not crave it anymore. It's so weird. I do crave a lot of water though. I've been drinking a ton of water, eating a bunch, but that's just because I'm breastfeeding and burning calories. Drew and I are gonna start the 21-day fix next month, and we're gonna start dieting. I'm excited to do that, and Drew's excited about that. So I guess that's basically it. So I'll go ahead and set her down really quick and show you guys my 2-week postpartum belly. Whew. Okay, so here is my 2-week postpartum belly. I've got, these are like Spanx. So I got the large size just so that they weren't too tight. They're actually pretty loose. I should probably go get a medium now. I'm usually a medium or a small, but I got these in large. This is my 2-week postpartum belly. I went down pretty quickly with Braylon too, like this, which is weird because he's my other March baby. See if I can show you guys this little outfit she's wearing too, without making her mad. Little kitty outfit, a little kitty dress. Alright guys, well that's it for the 2-week postpartum and newborn baby update of me and Miss Penelope. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Continue to follow along with our journey. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Say bye, P. Bye.